Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I? I think it's sane, I think it's logical. What I don't you find? Are we, am I? As time goes by, I'll be a slip away. Should I do you mind? Are we, am I? I'm fighting for love, raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love, raise me up and see my willingness. This is the way that has to be. Tell me why you lied to me. Fighting for love, raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love, raise me up and see my willingness. I'm not afraid of you. How dare you say this love is this love is fighting for love. Raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Raise me up and see my willingness. I'm fighting for love. Raise me up and see my
Yes. 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 Hi. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. It's a great place to be. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell your friends. We got a super chat from Poo Poo PP69. This is let's go. And I agree, Poo Poo PP69. I agree. Man, I was talking to producer Drew before this started. And I got to tell you, this is actually like a really important game. It is. Leafs and Blues. And you're like, Steve, How the hell is this an important game? So here's the thing. Leafs want a top 5 pick, or do they? They're 23rd in the NHL. The Blues are 4 points behind the Leafs, 28th in the NHL. But the Blues are 7-1-2 in their last 10, 3 straight wins, and still shockingly have a semi-realistic shot at the playoffs if they keep winning. If the Blues beat the Leafs because of the sheer amount of games that the Leafs have played, the Leafs' hopes of a top 5 pick stay alive. But if the Leafs beat the St. Louis Blues tonight, tanking is basically over. Basically over. Leafs have 75 points, are in 23rd. 2 points would have them skip over the Kings and Devils, who both have games in hand, but still, you see my point. If the Blues beat the Leafs in regulation, they'll be 2 points back of the Leafs. It's crazy how many Western Conference teams are behind the Leafs in the standings and still have a shot at the playoffs. The Blues are probably the cutoff. San Jose are falling like a rock, unfortunately. The Jets, the Kraken, the Leafs are 1 point back of the Kings. This is actually kind of a big game, man. It is. It is. Hey, Stove. Did you hear Gudis has a walking boot? I did. I did. I did. I'd rather him be playing. Genuinely. Jays. Oh, sweet baby angel. Leafs, you stupid donkey. Yes. Human Notes 86. Welcome to STP VIP, by the way. Bobby McMahon update. 1 goal, 1 assist, fastest Kraken at 10 points ever. Of course he is. Drew asked, did they lose again? Let's see. They're 1-4-1 with Bobby McMahon in the lineup, despite the fact that he's been incredible. They're up 2-0 on the Sabres right now, who got kind of dummied by, was it the Red Wings last night? What's going on there? But McMahon does have a point on each of the Kraken's goals so far today. It's a great time for scoreboard watching. It's a great time. McMahon has 26 goals, though. That's so insane. He's about to throw up 30 and then go to UFA in a weak UFA class. Drew's asking if the Leafs should have just paid him the 5 that he wanted. He's a streaky scorer. He's a very streaky scorer. So here's the thing. The Leafs needed to get assets. The assets they got for McMahon suck. So, like, if I knew, okay, heading into the deadline, I was like, okay, they're going to get like 2 seconds for him. If I knew they were going to get a second and a fourth, I think I might have said re-sign him. It's revisionist now because we know the trade sucked, and we also know he's been incredible in Seattle, but Justin says, like our Justin? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, man. What's up, brother? Brother. Does it matter if you're streaky when you score 30? Suppose not. It's a good point. Jose Duarte says, hope the Leafs win. You know what's funny? Usually I would just be like, hell yeah. But when you say I hope the Leafs win, I'm just like, what are your motivations? Steve, add this to your victory puppies. I will. Thank you, friend. Gotta say, we're getting the puppy itch. Oh. Steve, are you old enough to remember the Leafs game known as Wild Wednesday? Is that when the Leafs blew a 5-0 lead? Yep, I got grounded. I got yeah, my parents, yeah, the Leafs lost 6-5 in overtime. And that was the first season of the loser point. And I remember saying to people at school the next day, because I didn't have LFR yet, I was like, the Leafs didn't deserve the loser point. Like the Leafs got a point for blowing a 5-0 lead. I got a Ray Quaza. Hello, hello, hello. I think oh, there you go. I screwed my own headphones up. My bad. Yeah, that's my bad. Spiteful Ganon. I got a Rayquaza tattoo today. Is that a Pokemon? It's a legendary dragon. Good. Great. Thank you for answering that. Who wins in a Ducks Mammoth series? Drew says the Mammoth sweep. Ah, I think the Ducks are made of tougher stuff than you think. And like, it's not like the Mammoth are really battle tested. Some of them, like individually, like Sergachev. Uh, Give me Utah in 6. Utah in 6. Oh, Drew says, "Can you imagine if the Sabres kept Paterka?" I just, what if they stunk? Would they stink? Like they're so they're like a rose growing out of the sidewalk, and I'm just like I don't know. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to screw it up. Like that feels like a butterfly effect. Like what if the Sabres got like Paterka and somehow McDavid in their last place? Like right now it's Sabres Habs if the playoffs started today. Define, is the nightmare scenario still in play? Yes, though I don't know what you mean. Steve, the Myers jersey has arrived. Oh, hold that. Drew, do you have the photos? Yeah. We'll do that in a segment during the first period. But that is, thank you. Bills Mafia. My cousin, who's a Bruins fan, married a Blues fan, and their kids picked the Blues as their team. Wow. Wow. Purely based on 2019, no doubt. Steve, I came to your channel 10 years ago as a sicko. Now I don't miss an episode of the podcast. Guess you got the last laugh. Hell yeah. Ad revenue. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that. Drew, do we have a read tonight? Something I should have asked before the stream began? No? Okay. Well, if we don't, then I'm going to promote other stuff. These new Blues unis are really nice, but I kind of miss their old ones. I haven't seen them yet. No. Unless you're watching the game already? Oh, I am not live. Oh, okay. I I just realized I was watching Kyle Bukowski's talk. All right. Here we go. Leafs put a shot on goal. Steve Dangle here on the SCPN YouTube channel. Like I told your friend 40 seconds into the game. I had no idea. That has not happened. Oops. Well, no, my bad. No, no. Drew goes, clap for me. And I'm like, Like, you want me to throw it back? Like on live?" And he meant clap your hands for the face off. And I went, "Oh." Puck is in the neutral zone. Can we go to pull a full stream of Kyle Bukauskas watch? Yes. Dumped by the Blues. Neighbors gives it away. Michelli into the neutral zone. Pass does not connect. Steven Lorentz is playing third line center tonight, which is dumb. This is dumb. I like him, but what are you doing? Blues walking the blue line. Makes sense. On. Blues get the rebound. Joseph Woll, the St. Louis, Missouri native, in net for the Leafs tonight. I do like these Blues jerseys. What do you think, Drew? You called them Sabres jerseys? Well, oh, shoot. You're right. They are just the Buffalo Sabres. Oh. Oh, wide open in front. Woll makes a point blank save, and Stetcher tries to get out of the zone. Jacob Quillen offside, 17:36 to go in the first. We finally get a whistle. You're right. You're totally right. They are just Sabres jerseys. Neon Trish. I miss Bobby McMahon too. I do. Here we go. The puck drop was not on camera. I'm sorry, Drew. Oh, there's another whistle. Icing against the Leafs. 17:24 to go in the first. Blues in March 9-1-2, which is first. Goals against 1.5, which is first. Penalty kill percentage 88.2, which is first. Save percentage 946, which is first. That's insane. Puck is dropped. They didn't show it again. Blues center it. That's hit wide of the net. Blues center it. They can't get a shot off. Oh, they almost did. Toropchenko elected to hold on to it. Oh boy, the Leafs are running around. I know everyone's like, "Oh, they don't even know how to tank right." Fellas, ladies, gentlemen, pretty sure they're going to get dummied tonight, but let's see. Quillen dumps it. Yarncroke, thank God he's in the lineup, is after it. Thank goodness. Thank gracious. Here come the Blues attacking with numbers. Boy, they are having no problems cutting through the Leafs defense. Yarncroke. That's a hell of a pass to Easton Cowan. That's a hell of a move by Easton Cowan. Oh, he couldn't get the shot off. Blues come back the other way. Good movement. Shot! That goes just wide, not by a whole lot. Carlo. Boo. Has it behind the Leafs net. Cowan going to try to beat out the icing. I think he's gonna. He does. Can't get it to a friendly stick, though. And here comes Robert Thomas. Dumps it. Nylander helps dig it out. Domi. Giveaway in his own end. Off a toe drag. Blues not in the Leaf zone, but they do have the puck. Justin Hall on a pairing with Cam Fowler tonight. Kyrou stopped by Woll. Not held on to, though. Nice. Skates it out gingerly. Boy, the Leafs are a step behind these guys. And we already got a whistle. Woll's mask came off. Rachel Bishop listening in from Disneyland. I hope both teams have fun. You need me to clap, Drew? Maybe they'll even show the face-off this time. They might have to replace his helmet. All right. 15:31 to go in the first. Show the face off. Holy puck is drop the puck. Dropped. Holy agony. Nearly 5 minutes into the game, they just showed the puck drop for the first time. Well, that's not true. I missed the opening face off. That's my fault. For the second time. Uh, Blues on from the point. That was Hall with a haul of a shot that went wide. No Bo Grew in the lineup for the Leafs. He got sent down because of reasons. Oh, Drew booed my Hall joke. You're wrong. It's a great joke. Dakota Joshua drives wide. Picked off easily by Colton Parayko, former teammate. Blues break out. Dalibor Dvorsky heads into a one-on-4 scenario and actually still has the puck. Blues on from the point. Gobbled up by Wool and held on to 14:36 to go in the first. Hey, Steve, since being traded, McMahon is scoring at a 70-goal pace. Did we get enough for him? Number one, no, we did not. Number two, I think that might be unsustainable. What's your opinion on the Knies for Nemec talk? I think the Leafs should strongly consider it. I wouldn't trade Knies for very many people, but a right-handed defenseman who was picked second overall very recently. I think about that. And there's reports the Devils won't be able to pay him, so they got to trade him this summer. What they have to do is fire Fitzpatrick. Blues rebound in front. Blues still have it. Dvorsky, Adam's favorite player. Parayko on. That goes wide. You get it? Stetcher. Robertson after it. Can't catch up to it. Dvorsky. Hard around. Parayko. Oh, bullied to the ice by Knies, but Knies had to attack 3 Blues in his own end because his team is useless. Benoit knocked off the puck. In front. Dvorsky. He's blocked by Stetcher. Around. Berggren. Shot. That is deflected and into the possession of Benoit, who gets rid of it so they can change. Icing against the Leafs. Drew's asking, why is Domi center? The Leafs have 2 centers tonight who aren't centers because Matthews is out. They traded Lawton. They traded Waugh. They had to send Grew down. So the Leafs only have 2 true centers. So they had to send Grew down because if they let him play one more game, if I'm not mistaken, he would have required waivers to go back down or come back up. And something about his AHL playoff eligibility. Nah. Drew's saying who cares, but like not the Leafs, right? If they did care, then they would have used them. But they're not exactly trying their best to win games. Stetcher fans on that. Boy, the Leafs are just getting their show run by St. Louis. Shots are 5-1, and I got to tell you, it looks a lot worse than that. Nice. Flips it out. There's no way the Leafs enjoy playing this style of hockey. No way. Broberg through the neutral zone. Gains the zone. Gets the puck back in a battle with OEL. Swedish Olympic teammates. That's a nice pass up to Cowan. Maybe the only Leaf who's looked good so far. Yeah, they are icing against the Blues. The Leafs are built to play St. Louis Blues style hockey. The problem is it's St. Louis Blues style hockey from 7 years ago. Sedin Magic, I'm trying to beat my brother in the first round of fantasy playoffs. Was starting Wool a good idea? Well, He's gonna face a lot of shots. It depends on your scoring system. He's going to face a ton of shots. Show the face-off, drop the puck, and 10 the goals, says Skipper Bath. I'm playing a Violet randomizer. Titan Cloths a Duocean. My NPC partner has a shelter out. Oh, there's a word I know. And it's just called Donaphan. I'm in tears, LMAO. I don't know what the majority of what you just said is, but I believe you. Eric Carlson with another 3-point night says Cassie. All hail the Cassie clan. Skipper Bath, this would be a great time to play Minton. Oh, wait. Is it about McMahon? Yeah, no, I got that. I got that. And I don't think I missed it. Anyway, Blues in the corner. 11:30 to go in the first period. Shot still 5-1 for the Blues. That might be a penalty against OEL. No. Leafs break out. It's Nylander. Stops up at the Blues blue line as the Leafs are changing. Riley has Carlo in his own end. Looks like Quillen's actually getting a little ice time here. Quillen, shot. That goes wide. Yarncroke keeps the cycle going. Riley helps keep it alive. Good play by Quillen. A little too strong on the puck, though. Leafs lose the zone, but not the puck. Riley dumps it. Funny hop on the dasher. Bennington plays it. Lindstein gets hit. Good. Here come the Blues. Dvorsky. Swatted down by Stetcher. Good hand-eye. Parayko on. Stop by Wool. That was specifically for a rebound, and luckily there wasn't one. But Dvorsky has the puck again. The Leafs have been hemmed basically all night. In front, covered up by Wool. That was Logan Mayu. 10:16 to go in the first. JD Atkinson, it's a shame that Bo needed to be sent down. He really grew into his role. No, this isn't a dad joke. I'm not a dad, but this is a great uncle joke. How dare you? Steve Dangle on the STPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Oh, yeah, let's tell the Philip Myers story. So so the Leafs played the Jets earlier this season and we streamed it. And a user, who was the user again, Drew? Jacob Bath. Oh, it was you. Oh, should I not have used your government? Anyway, Jacob Bath said, if the Leafs win this game, I'm going to buy a Philip Myers jersey. And my friends, he did. He legitimately did. And it showed up at his house and he put it on and he wore it and he sent it to us. And I have no choice but to applaud. Look at that. Look at that. And it's the reverse retro. Or no, not reverse retro. What's it called? The reversible one. The Bieber one. Philip Myers. What a fan. What a fan. How has Danford been developing? Haven't seen much, says Skipper Bath. Well, he was on the Oshawa Generals. The problem is the Generals did not have a good year at all. So Danford got traded to the Brantford Bulldogs, who are crazy. And he's been doing well on a team that is very good. He's never going to be a defender who scores a ton. His career high in the OHL is 33 points. His career high in goals is 5. So it's never going to jump off the page at you. But like in 8 games with the Generals this season, he was minus 10. In 37 games with the Brantford Bulldogs, he's plus 12. There's only been 1 playoff game so far, and he had 1 assist in it. So he's a difficult player to evaluate unless you're watching him. his bread and butter is he does move the puck okay. He's not a huge offensive driver, but he lays guys out. He's tough. He blocks shots. We got to see that in the preseason. He's already 6'2", 200 pounds. Right hand shot. Big but not useless. You know what I mean? Actually has snot. Actually tries hard. Exactly the kind of player that they shouldn't be looking to move. Like, I don't think his value is outrageously high. He actually tries hard, and it looks like he's going to be a player who plays in the NHL for a long time. So if you're not going to get a ton for him, keep him. It's the same reason why they should have kept Minton, really. Like, if his value wasn't that high, right? If, you think he tops out as a third line center, well, maybe that's a reason why you should keep him. Just my 2 cents. Blues just dicking around with the puck in their own end. That's why I had time to go on that little soliloquy. Wool with a stop from center ice. Carlo can't get out of his own zone. Robert Thomas. Stripped by Nyes. Nyes stripped back. Here comes Robert Thomas. He's stripped. Smart play by Robertson to play it back to the D. And now Carlo right back to Robertson as the Leafs switch up. Bylo and McTavish and Kent Johnson. Yes, but I don't think the Ducks. Neither team needs to be urgent to make that deal, is what I'm saying. And I think Ken Johnson would be the far cheaper player, but less likely to pay off. Skipper Bath, God love SDPN. Please don't make me buy anymore. Hey, I didn't make you buy anything the first time. That was all you. But you are a man of your word, and I appreciate that. 7:55 to go in the first. Leafs dump it. Will that count as a shot on goal? The dump from the neutral zone. Because the Leafs only have one shot on goal. Nylander fans on the puck so they don't get number 2. They counted it as a shot initially. Nylander on. That goes way high. Quillen takes Parayko down. Hit hard by Finley. High stick by Parayko. And that'll be a call. Leafs hold on to the puck. Good fourth line shift here. Stetcher. Can't quite find Benoit. 7:19 to go in the first period. The Leafs will go on the first power play of this game. Good shift from the kid. Good shift from the kid. What's the equivalent to ABS in baseball that hockey needs? For example, teams allowed to challenge penalties. So here's the beauty of ABS in baseball, where they tap the helmet and review balls and strike calls. It's like 10 seconds. That's the beauty of it. Hockey, I just don't think there's a way to do that. Hockey is not a game of quick solutions. Like, how many tripping calls could you really overturn that quickly? Or high sticking or roughing or cross checking, or like when they call a 5-minute penalty and they review to see if it should be anything or 2 or whatever, it still takes them a sec, right? Goalie interference, offside, for crying out loud. Colin JT, thank you and welcome to SDP VIP. What could be the equivalent if there was one? Like, I mean, I guess what Adam was saying kind of about having a tracker in the puck to judge offside instead of a camera in the human eye. Meme Empress, did you see Sabrin run Brady's fade earlier? No, but I did see Yanni Gore slap the hell out of him. Open palm, slap the hell out of him. That was crazy. JD Atkinson, the Leafs aren't even the worst team I support. My San Francisco Giants have 6 hits in 19 innings of baseball and haven't scored a run yet. How did you land on him? Colin JT, Steve, I effed up the super chat. Just wanted to know you got this American to read Rogers versus Rogers. Loved it. That's hilarious. Hey, the author did a great job. My disdain for that book has nothing to do with how it was written. Leafs on the power play. Nylander drops it off for Nyes. OEL, they're offside. He dumps it, wasting a tremendous amount of time. This is actually a 4-minute power play for the Leafs. I did not realize that. I'm surprised. All right, cool. It is the Leafs power play, and they're playing the best penalty kill in the league as of late. And the Blues just ragging it right now. Broberg down the ice. Leafs pretty much have to score on this power play because the Blues are killing them. The score is 0-0. The play has been far worse. 1 minute gone in this 4-minute power play, and the Leafs really are not taking advantage. Oh my God. Nylander loses the puck. OEL is back to get it. Oh my gosh. This is pathetic so far. Willie dumps it. What is that? And just goes for the change? Why did you dump it? And the Blues just send it down the ice. Why did you dump it? Play it back or something. What are you doing? What's that? They're throwing the game, right. Here's Domi. Domi gains the zone, which is like a good thing. Leafs give it away. This is, oh my God. We got to watch this all night, huh? I'm telling you, I'm going to be shocked if the Blues win this, or if the Leafs win this game. Joshua. They can't even make a pass. Under 2 minutes to go in this 4-minute power play. I don't think the Leafs have a shot on goal. Robertson. OEL. Michelli. OEL. Hard around to the stick of no one. Domi keeps it. Robertson. On! Joshua misses the net. Holy Toledo. Robertson. Michelli. OEL. On. That's blocked and off target. They don't have a shot. OEL holds the zone. Minute 08 to go. Domi. On. Joshua stripped. Yo, you guys are brutal. OEL holds the line, though. Fortuitous bounce. What a stick. What a stick from the Blues. Excellent effort. 50 seconds to go in this power play. Leafs were the worst line change of all time. OEL. Tavares. Can't make a pass. Has it. Yo, this is the worst power play I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Easton Cowan in his own end. The best thing you can say about this power play is they held the line well. And they go offside. Oh my God. 23 seconds to go. Can Rogers versus Rogers author guest on the pod? Colin, that is legitimately an incredible idea. That's an incredible idea. And I'm going to look into that immediately. Why did I never think of that? I guess we get the unmotivated Willie tonight, Cisadine Magic. Yeah. You can tell early on, eh? On nights where it's like that. Pizzetta is out there on the power play right now. Riley. Pizzetta! Oh, he fanned on it. Yarncroak sailed it high. Yo, that was a significant amount of time on the power play for the Leafs' fourth line. Oh, Yarncroke hit the post. So the Leafs 4-minute power play. They did not have a shot on goal. Butcher says really happy. Bobby McMahon scored again. Wait, do you mean today? No, okay. No. We already knew he scored. Kraken are on the board. Or rather, Buffalo's on the board. Emil Lilleberg, 3 points today. Lilleberg for Nye, straight up. Who says no? The Leafs. What the hell is this team, Steve? Really, really bad. The way we burned this power play, you'd think we were up 7-0. Dude, it was pathetic. Flyers fan watch. Dallas got an empty netter versus Pittsburgh. San Jose just got the lead with 1:25 to go. Just need to beat the Red Wings. Let's go Flyers. I keep telling you, the Flyers are still in it. Not like by a lot, but they're there. Watch Medicine. As a Panthers fan, I do thank you for the live commentary in game 5 and 7 versus the Leafs. I swear it has been therapeutic for my current miserable self. And you can watch it over and over again. You know what's crazy? The amount of views the David Ayer Zamboni driver video I did still gets, like on a monthly basis. It's crazy. $3:17 to go in the first period. Oh, I should probably, speaking of the Blues, how about them Blue Jays? 2-0, baby. Up the ice come the Blues. Miscommunication there. Leafs fourth line is still out there after the commercial break. This is Craig Berube sending a message. This is Craig Berube sending a message for sure. Because they suck tonight. This is as bad as I've seen them. That's a nice play. Quillen fighting for it. On from distance. Got a deflection from Pizzetta. Does not go in. Pizzetta has not scored. Yeah, see, Craig Simpson's noticing too. Here's Hall. And Michelli has it now. Benoit. Gain center. Gains the zone. Benoit loves riding up that right wing. Sends it around. Nowhere near Dakota Joshua. So here come the Blues. Into the glove of Wool. And Mayu went to the net, and the Leafs didn't like it. The Leafs must get chirped so bad by every opponent now, like more so than before. Like every time they get into a shoving match, all right. You got embarrassed, and now everyone's got to deal with your crap. All right. We get it. Would a Blue Jay be considered a furry? Wouldn't it be a feathery? Blues with the puck. Behind the Leafs net. Around for Mayu. Back behind the net. Buchnevich has it stolen by Nylander. We have motivated Willie now. He gives it to Michelli. Michelli! Stopped by Binnington. You never know when motivated Willie is going to show his head. That was a terrible attempt by Michelli. That sucked a lot, but it would have been crazy if he scored. Chiefy's Meefy. Scoring updates from around the league. Thank you for doing this. Bruins win 6-3 over the Wild. Stars win 6-3 over the Pens. Canes win 5-2 over the Devils. Sharks win 3-2 over Columbus in regulation. And let's play a game called Is That True? Because I'm not sure it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, Bruins 6-3. Damn. Do the Wild kind of suck a little? In their last 10, they're 4-5-1. The Stars are 5-4-1. Avalanche are 6-3-1, but they've won 4 straight, which is pretty good. Right, Drew? High five. Stars were within 2 points in the Central and have blown it since. On from OEL, that's blocked. Blues haven't got a shot in a while. Seems like they're due. Here's Holloway. Here it comes. They shoot. Stopped by Wool. Lorentz does get it out, but it's in the possession of Colton Parayko. 1:10 to go in the first period. Here they come. Neighbors. Or is that Toropchenko? Their jerseys are a little hard to read. Hall to Fowler. Wide open shot. That's a good blocker save by Wool on Snuggerud. They have a lot of, the Blues have a lot of really long names. And on the broadcast, on the screen that I'm watching on anyway, it's not always the easiest to read them. Binnington, if you're a goaltender. Yeah, you almost gave it away. That would have been funny. We haven't had one of those on the stream in a long time. Here come the Blues. Oh, that's a nice move by Kyrou. Here come the Blues. Shot by Wool. Rebound. Is no danger. Nylander can't clear it. That puck has to leave the zone. Kyrou, that goes wide. And a late flurry by the Blues, survived by the Leafs. It is 0-0 after 1. Devin Stangle. That's absolutely me. Steve, we getting a hot dog eating contest tonight? Absolutely not. No. Steve, were you at the furry convention last year? No. And also, were you? Do you have photos? I definitely wasn't dressed up as Sully. You know what would be sick? A live show in Sudbury. Love you. We've talked about it. We have legitimately talked about it. What is your favorite chirp caught on mic? Mine has to be Ferraro chirping Phaneuf. That is a good one. Okay, this isn't a chirp, but I can't even picture it without laughing. Rob Ray getting hit in the head with a puck. It's so funny. I think it's the funniest clip in hockey history. One night I had a gummy and I watched that video, I think 150 consecutive times. Oh my God, it's so funny. Just Google it. Just Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, I got tears in my eyes. I don't want to repeat it. Oh my God. Steve Dangle's persona is Chaka the zebra. Oh, hey. With 5 teams within 6 points of the final wild card spot in both conferences, do people still think the format doesn't encourage playoff races? It's, yes, as Drew just said, the 7-8 seed would be the same. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Brain injuries are hilarious. He didn't get one. He got hit in the forehead with a puck and said a swear. Touch grass. Or don't. I don't care. Drew, what's the clip for first intermission? How bad is Vegas for real? We'll get to that clip after reading this from the Bat Dad. Enough of this fake team, Steve. Let's talk about something real. Any thoughts on Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Roman versus Punk, and Oba versus Brock at WrestleMania? Yes, Oba versus Brock should end with Oba squashing Brock because Oba is extremely over with the crowd and not involved in active litigation. I'd like to see Roman beat Punk because Roman needs to be at the top because I think he is that good. And I would like to see. I'm not gonna lie, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, 09 Randy Orton's back." Do you know how long ago 09 was? I'm a little sick of both guys. I don't know. I think it'll be a good match. But like from a story standpoint, I don't know. And Roman's gonna carry Punk. And I want to see Oba squash Brock. How's that? Let's throw to a clip of us talking about Vegas and not bringing up Marner once.
Listen, we've been talking about the Golden Knights a little bit this week, and obviously we know that they lost in overtime yesterday. Just to kind of follow up on it, let's talk about this season and why this is so important, because this is the first season in their history with 40-plus losses. An incredible
run.
Well, that's incredible.
What a run.
In their entire season, or in their entire history, that's 9 years. They've never had this.
As an expansion team.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
This will be the first season where Vegas finishes with more losses than wins. This season, 41 losses so far. The previous year, 35. They had a 37, a 31, a 39, a 16, which was the shortened year in 2020, 32, 39, and 31. And I'm talking losses as in losses and then overtime losses combined. This is a crazy one. And Mitch Marner has a point in his last 6, 1 assist. Jack Eichel doesn't have a power play goal in the year. I know we talked about this a lot last episode, so I'm not going to totally hyper-focus on the Knights. We already did it. But I do think it's kind of that's a big thing to cross. Mm-hmm. And again, the closer we get to the playoffs, and when we're talking about like odds for, our playoff trees and that sort of thing, last night, I know it went to overtime. I still think the Oilers are like I don't think last night gave me any more faith in the Golden Knights over the Oilers is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's really difficult to write them off. Like,
for sure,
that game is impossible. Both of those teams are impossible because essentially what you're being forced to do heading into the playoffs with both teams is ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears.
Yeah,
which is they've been very underwhelming all season long, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they give off sleeping giant vibes. The Oilers,
just because they've done it before, right?
Yeah, the Oilers more so than Vegas, because the Oilers are relatively similar to the team they've been the past couple of years when they've gone to the Cup final. That team from 2023 when Vegas won it is very changed. Very changed. Now, if I wanted to be impossible and exhausting about it, and I decided to, from a narrative perspective, look at the Vegas Golden Knights the way the people have looked at the Leafs all season. Vegas is having arguably their worst season ever.
They're statistically worst.
Statistically worst season ever. What's changed?
I think it's the fact. Well, I think they don't have enough centers. I think that's a big part of it.
That's not true. They have a $12 million center on their second line. What a privilege. What a luxury that they have a $12 million center on their second line.
Next year, they're going to have 2 because Jack Eichel's getting 12.
Man. Now, of course, I'm not looking at that.
When Rasmus
I'm
Anderson
not looking at it like that.
when Rasmus Anderson signs his extension,
Yeah.
are we getting close to core 4 territory?
Buddy.
Maddie just shuddered over there.
Listen, Vegas still has plenty of time to make me look stupid here.
Of course. And they probably will make us look dumb.
And like, this isn't about Marner. They're playing him at center. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's putting a $96 million investment in a position to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not playing one of the most prolific two-way scoring, playmaking right wingers in the league at center.
Mm-hmm.
That is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That is a dumb thing to do. And you have an all-world coach who is making that dumb decision. Hockey is wild. Sports are wild. It is a dumb thing to do. I don't put this on Mitch. I put it on the dumb decision to put him at center. But one thing I've said from the beginning is, yeah, okay, you load it up at that position,
mm-hmm.
or you load it up front, because playing Marner at right wing is impossible, apparently. You load it up front. Who's back there? That's how Vegas won that cup.
It was depth.
It was depth, but it was dominance on D.
Mm-hmm.
And Aiden Hill was obviously much better, but they also made his job a lot easier.
Yeah. Hard
And
to replace a Pietrangelo, though. I mean, I think obviously they're hoping Anderson will come in and be successful, but it's been an awkward fit.
yes, but Adam, they had $12 million to go out and try to fix the Pietrangelo situation, and they spent it on a winger who they're deciding to play at center. That was never smart. Never.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's totally fair.
And they've tried to solve their goaltending problems in several different ways, and it hasn't worked in several different ways. And they went out to try to address their defensive woes by getting a defender who pretty notoriously is not all that great in his own end.
And is not that fleet of foot either. And he is.
No, and coming off of like an injury-riddled season.
He's 29. And he's making, because of the salary holdback or whatever, with Vegas this year, he's making 2.275. Next year, what's Rasmus Anderson going to make? $9-10 million bucks. This is a right shot defenseman, 30 years old. And I look up the roster here, guys. Braden McNabb signed for 2 more years after this one. He's 35. Hannafin signed till 2032. He's 29. Theodore's 30. They're all very, very good.
Dude, you're loaded with You're loaded with all-world quality
Incredible
players.
Marner's 28, Eichel's 29, Stone's 33, Hurdle's 32, Barbashev's 30. Like the win.
Ivan Barbashev's 30.
Yeah.
I was at the draft when he was picked.
Well, you're older. You're a lot older.
Oh my God. Oh, that hurts my heart.
Riley Smith, Brandon Saad, they're in their closing in their mid 30s. Colton Sisson's 32. Like, these are, depth guys. But my point is, like, you got to do this now. You got to do this now.
Oh, this is the win now here for Vegas. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Like, you got to do this
Absolutely.
now and then probably the next 2 or 3 years. I do feel like they're going to be better next year with Carlson back in the lineup long term. Like, I just think that really hurts you.
Of course. And no one in the league should care. No one in the league should care that you have William Karlsson and Mark Stone in and out of your lineup. It's the NHL. It's an Olympic year. This is what happens. Look around the league. Look at your competition. They've all had significant injuries too. Boo-hoo.
Right.
Well,
I'm hoping that they do something stupid and fire Bruce Cassidy so the Leafs can hire him. Jesse.
I don't know. He's playing a $12 million right winger at center.
I don't think it's about feeling bad for the Golden Knights, but I do think that the William Karlsson situation is a built-in reason for the situation that they are in.
Sure.
Because we are underrating his importance to that lineup. Because I thought about it in our conversation on Wednesday's show, and it's like, okay, so we had that thing. It's not a great lineup when you got to play Mitch Marner at center, but their hand has been forced for that situation. He's been out since November. They thought they would have William Karlsson this season, and it looks like they won't have him at all. And his importance to this lineup, it should be noted. And that can affect an entire team. If you go back to their cup run, if you look at some of the stats, he led the team along with Marchessault in even strength goals. He was unbelievable that playoff run, and he might be the most important center they have. Like Eichel's going to be the star. He's going to be the driving force that they have, but the way what he does in terms of his role might be so important to the lineup that when he does come out, there's all of this change there. And that's on them to coach around that and to fix that. And if you're trying to win, you got to go out and solve that in different ways. Maybe you don't get Anderson. Maybe you get the center that you need to fill in that gap. But they clearly haven't done that. So that's on a roster construction issue. That's on the general manager for not doing that to help the coach. But the coach has been put into a situation where he might be missing his most important center since November, and he's not coming back. And for any team, that's going to change your lineup.
And it's, you know, I understand what you're saying because like Eichel's the star, but a lot of teams have a star and they just sort of bash against each other and cancel each other out. Like you got to go down to like the second and third line. That's where a lot of games and series are won and lost.
Exactly.
Which sounds like a very hockey broadcaster way of looking at it. And,
no, but
it's true.
You think about a series against McDavid and the Oilers, like Carlson's probably going to get that matchup against McDavid to shut him down. And they don't have that at all. And it's on them for not solving it. And there's no feeling bad for Vegas, but I think beyond if we want to circle the conversation over and over again, they're like, hey, you got Mitch Marner and now you suck and you're playing him as center. It's stupid.
Context.
We can do that. But there's also, you didn't solve the most important issue you might have had on your team, which is William Karlsson not being there. Plus, goaltending has been a disaster for most of the year. And now Aiden Hill's playing okay lately, but it's still like the Carter Hart thing still has been a mess that hasn't solved anything. And yeah, they just don't have any goaltending.
So, I want to throw something at you guys because I know they have no cap space. But it is kind of perplexing that with the centers available and for the relatively low cost that some of them went, I'm speaking specifically about Scott Laughton. Laughton would have been perfect. They do have a second and a third rounder this year. Now, they have almost no draft picks the next few years. Like, and what I'm saying is like they've got no first for the next 2 years and no fourth this year, no third next. I don't think they care. They shouldn't. But when I look at that, I go, man, Scott Laughton would fit that lineup perfectly. I don't know if it's a case of Hertl and Marner not having great chemistry together, if Dorofeyev's not as strong on his left side. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Dorofeyev, but when you get Mitch Marner, Dorofeyev moves.
Yeah, man.
And like, because Marner's the bigger investment, he's the higher point getter. Yes, Dorofeyev's the finisher. And if Dorofeyev ever wants to make Marner money, he's going to need to figure out how to be on Marner's line and receive those passes. They clearly want to keep these two guys together. To me, if you get a Laughton, then you can move him to fourth or third line center. Depends on, you know, who you want. Colton Sissons where, and I don't know, Brett Howden sometimes plays center. But you get that for a third round pick. Right?
Yeah.
At retained. And yeah, you probably have to send some salary back the Leafs way. So maybe that becomes a second. I don't know. But they went out and got Nick Dowd instead at $3 million. And I think Laughton would have been a much, much better pickup for them.
Is it a case of Kelly McCrimmon spending all of his assets over the last couple of years and getting everything he wants in the world? And it seems like they never have a salary cap and they never have unlimited assets. And then when they actually need something, they don't have the ability to go and get it because they already went and got Anderson.
I think you're right.
And I think used to seeing them in this position.
Yeah, I think totally. I think I love the organizational ethos, which is, hey, is there a star player available? Get them.
Right.
Because they do. They're in on everybody. And they worked that Anderson deal for more than a year. Like, that was a long slog.
But oddly, it's led them to a position where they don't have enough depth pieces.
Yeah, I would tell them, hey, this wasn't the year to get.
Steve Dangle on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell your friends. So you guys were talking about furries, and I don't know what those are. But we activated the security cameras outside of SDPN, and we caught this live on our cameras, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this walking outside of SDPN Studios. Is this what they look like? Is this what they do in their spare time? Wait, am I looking the wrong way? No, it's this way. There it is. They encourage you to dress up for your final beer league game of the season. And this was I was on Team Blue, and this was our final game of the winter session, and I came in my Sunday's best. Sonny himself. Wow, is that in Easton? I think it's a Sherwood and a Warrior, I believe. Tongues out, Steve. Yeah, I play tongues out now. I do, because Colby Armstrong bullied me. He bullied me at Easter Seals for not going tongues out. So now I play tongues out. Puck is dropped for the second period. Shots are officially 10-4 for St. Louis. Good Lord. Mayu with it in his own end. Nylander almost creates a turnover right away. OEL on. That is blocked. It's a hot and heavy start. Leafs miss just wide there. Blues still struggling to get out of their zone. Now they do. Here they come, and they got numbers. Over the line. A shot! That sails over the Leafs net. Mayu has to scamper back to get it. The Bat Dad says, thank you for acknowledging our tribal chief. The original. The head of the table. But he's no MJF. Drew says, get this guy a new helmet maker. So Wool's helmet's busted again. What happened here? Holloway shot it. Donk. Wow. It did hit him pretty much flush. Yeah, it is friggin'. I wonder if the ref's going to step in and be like, no, you have to use a new mask. So Hastings is replacing the whole snap. I mean, we're less than a minute into the second period. It's not like he's, playing for time. His helmet broke, right? Bobby Hastings, like, the equipment guys fixing stuff as fast as they do. It really is a skill, man. Now Wool's got to shake off his blocker, get his mask on. There you go. He gets it on. Domi on the draw. Show the face off. Oh my God. Buchnevich kicked out of the draw. Puck is dropped. Holy cow. Domi wins it. Agony. Nice. Dumps it. Goes after it himself. Binnington. High off the glass. And here they come. Parayko leading the charge. Kyrou on. That goes wide. Domi. Nyes gets rid of it, but the Blues still have it. Lindstein. Buchnevich. Neighbors. Are they icing? They called icing on the play. Everyone seemed confused. Exactly 90 seconds gone here in the second period. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Nylander on the draw in the ozone, and he wins it. Sailed into the corner. Jake McCabe. Nylander is out there. Wait, what the hell? Nylander is center right now. That's why he took the faceoff. Nylander's at center with Michelli and Joshua. So Drew goes, what is this, the Golden Knights? Here's the thing. Nylander has played center professionally. Marner hasn't. But because of the way this season has gone, Marner has played more games at center in the NHL than Nylander has. Berggren, he misses. Blues with a lot of attempts. They're missing a ton of them, though. McCabe with a decent little hit there. Into the middle. Blues! Oh, they fan on the one-timer. They keep it. On from the point, deflected. Doesn't get through. Michelli. Down the ice. Retrieved by Fowler. Fowler's pass is deflected. Blues can't get it deep. Where is it? Cameraman is confused. It's down the ice. Quillen hard after it. Bennington almost gave it away against Lorentz, who is now on the fourth line as a winger. So Pizzetta, don't know where he's going to show up in the lineup. My guess is he doesn't. Stetcher. Lorentz. Almost said Lawton. Quillen misses by a kilometer and will get a face-off. 16:50 to go in the second. Sebastian Rempel. Leafs equals blue. Why have they used brown pants this year? Have they? Oh, are you saying they poo themselves? He's saying they pooed themselves. I understand. I was like, what retro uniform are you're saying? You're making a reference to poo. I got it. Lorentz on the draw here. Poo. He wins that back to Riley. Riley immediately skates it into traffic, goes hard around, and here come the Blues. What on earth? Toropchenko to Suter. Toropchenko around. Mayu. This game has been chaos, puck. This is some ugly hockey, folks. 12-4 of the shots in favor of the Blues. Leafs still looking for their first shot of the period. Broberg. Lorentz. Can't get rid of it. Toropchenko. Suter. In front. Can't find Robert Thomas all the way down the ice. Bennington out of his net to play it. Oh, Quillen steals it off of Bennington. Oh, he can't find Joshua with the pass. Broberg. The Blues are way offside right now. Snuggerud. This will be interesting if they score here. They had a really good chance. Leafs get out. They were offside, I think, pretty significantly. Pizzetta is out there right now with Joshua and Domi icing against the Blues. Wonder if they get an ozone start here. Or ozone draw, I should say. Wow, that was a block from Troy Stetcher on that scoring chance from Dylan Holloway. I'd like Stetcher to be back. $15:35 to go in the second. It's Cowan out there with Tavares and Nylander. Nylander back on the wing. Interesting. Listen, I mean, if you're using Lorentz as third line center, is using Nylander at center that crazy? I don't think so. It's a little different if you're a team in a playoff spot, right? El Pareko! What a stop by Wool. Miscommunication with Wool and OEL. Wool got shanked there pretty hard as the Blues stabbed at the puck. Tavares tries to slow things down. I don't really know if he needed to. Leafs going with the rope-a-dope strategy, says R. Bruce. That is the kindest review I've ever seen of their style of play. Riley gives it away. Holloway. What a move. What a pass. Shot. Scores. What a play. Disgusting goal by the St. Louis Blues. Snuggerud finishes off the tic-tac goal, started by a beautiful effort from Dylan Holloway. Goodness gracious, the Blues finally solve Wall. And that is a thing of beauty. Off a giveaway from Riley. That can't happen. Holloway fans on it, turns, feeds Fowler, Snuggerud. All he's got to do is tap it in. Was that? Oh, yeah, Riley lost his guy back door, too. Just a nightmare shift for Morgan Riley. Shots 14-4 for the Blues. Score 1-0. It could have been because Domi was playing center. Well, I mean, listen, nothing is going to... Man, Binnington's almost given the puck away a bunch of times tonight. Nothing is going to make Riley look better on that play. That was tough. Buchnevich. Hall. Oh, Domi's trying to say Hall high sticked him. Fowler. Kyrou. Holy cow, he's fast. Kyrou hands it off. Fowler. Kyrou, I know, is in the fastest skater competition. And I want to say he won it. He did very well. Kyrou. Buchnevich. Mayu hands it off. Broberg in front. There's the stop by Wool. Oh boy, the Blues smell blood here. Mayu holds the line on. Stop by Wool. There's a rebound. Leafs just scampering around. They are drowning right now. Blues battling. And the Leafs get it out. Mayu has to go after it. Binnington out of his net to play it. Drew, what did I tell you before this game started, bro? Yeah, that's a good point. Berube said he doesn't understand the deflated stuff. Leafs look pretty deflated. Quillen battling for it. He doesn't look deflated. He's fighting. Quillen getting a look with Michelli and Joshua here. Like, Berube's actually trying stuff, which is a sign of life behind the bench at minimum. So about Hayes Hundley, says Sloopins. Yeah. Hey, the Leafs are signing a bunch of guys out of college, which is something a bad team should be doing, frankly. Like, a team with a pretty bare cupboard, that's exactly the kind of thing a team like the Leafs should be doing. You know? They're darts. You know, oh, well, I like this guy more than that guy. They're darts. Some will make it. Most won't. But you need darts. Tavares. St. Louis 4 back of Nashville if they win and Nash loses, says Phil from Fargo. It's insane the Blues are where they are in the standings, and they're still very realistically in the playoff hunt with like 10 games to go. It's crazy. And here they come, and they shoot. And it's funny, like, they kind of, if they were to make it, they kind of become that team you don't really want to play. Just hot as hell. The first in everything. What's that, Drew? You mean the Blues don't care? Oh, if you're the Avs, the Blues have the 8 seed and you don't care. JD Atkinson, I would say we're Bambi on ice, but Bambi is better. Pizzetta out with Lorentz and Yarncroke. Quillen appears to be promoted, but here comes Lorentz. You have been promoted. Behind the net for Pizzetta. Yarncroke to the point. Riley. Carlo on. Gloved by Bennington. 10:30 to go in the second period. That is the Leafs' 5th shot to the Blues' 16. Snuggerud. That was a crazy goal by the Blues. 1-0 in the second. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. What do I got here? Posters. This is a poster that I'm on for CBC's Canada Reads, a show that I'm going to be on April 13th to 16th, where all 5 of us are going to be championing a book. I'm championing Searching for Terry Punchout. And let me tell you about that. I want to tell you about Searching for Terry Punchout. It's a novel by Tyler Hellard. It's about a sports writer reuniting with his estranged father. I'm trying to figure out what I can tell you without spoiling it. But his dad is a former hockey player, former goon, you could tell because of Punch-Out. And I will spoil this part for you. Played for the Leafs in the book. I read a quote from it a few times this year. I believe in this book. I genuinely think this book should win. I intend to do my best on the show, April 13th to 16th, to get it to win. But here's what I would like you to do. Support this book and support this author. It was the tiny little book that could, from 2018 until the announcement that it was on Canada Reads. It did not sell a ton of copies. It was one of those, like, didn't sell a ton of copies, but it was very critically loved. Since getting announced as one of the books on Canada Reads, and Canada Reads has a lot of power, it has sold several times what it sold in like 7 years in the span of about 2 months. It's 188 pages. There is an audiobook now. It's a light read, a quick read, but a really fun read. And if you're looking for something to read right now, I highly suggest Searching for Terry Punchout. 2-on-1 for the Blues. Don't interrupt me, hockey game. Puck goes out of play. 10:16 to go in the second. Shots are 16-4. Well, it's 5 now. Bet you feel silly. Oh, that's a good play by Robertson to break it up. I'm going to Calgary next week for something called WordFest. It's going to be myself, Tyler Hellard. It's going to be Morgan Book, who's another one of the champions. And yes, her name is Morgan Book, along with Joss Richard, who wrote the book that she is championing called It's Different This Time, which is a romance with elements of horny. Very romantic. Very horny. Mostly romantic. Lots of horny. Anyway, exactly halfway through regulation here. It is 1-0 Blues, 16-5 of the shots for the Blues. Binnington out of his net to play it again. That pass did not do so well. Quillen is finally getting some ice time here. He's with Nyes and Joshua right now. But here come the Blues. Uh-oh. Fowler. Hall holds the zone for the Blues. Buchnevich can't center it. Neighbors to Kyrou. Buchnevich. Kyrou from distance. Wow. A bullet to the top shelf. I don't know if that hit anything or not, but Wool had no shot at getting that. Is that Justin Hall's goal? Justin Hall? No way. Justin Hall, former Leaf, goes to the net. Perfect deflection in front. Justin Hall. His first goal in God knows how long. Let me look. Paul is saying he got it. He had 2 goals last season with the Detroit Red Wings in 73 games. He had 2 goals in 41 games in the AHL this year, and this is his first goal in the NHL this season. Good for Justin Hall. In 3 seasons in the Detroit Red Wings organization, he had 2 goals with the team, including 2 seasons where he had no goals for the Detroit Red Wings, and he is already in his 6th game with the Blues scored for them. Good for Justin Hall. Butcher, he's still in the NHL and he scores on us. Welcome to cheering for the Leafs, baby. I said that when the trade happened, that I was happy for Hall because this was his ticket back into the NHL. His contract was the thing keeping him out. He was overpaid. Is he an NHL defenseman? He's probably like a fringe one, yeah. But not a over $3 million NHL defenseman. So this little exhibition with the Blues is his ticket back into the show, and he scores against the Leafs. Wow, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's too perfect. 2-0 Blues. Shots 18-5. Drew, I told you they were going to get dummy, didn't I? Oh, boy. Domi. Yarncroak. Passes to Robertson, who's not looking. Blues chasing after it. Berggren, great feet to keep that alive. Blues one-timer. Stopped by Wool. Like him, Quillen, and Cowan are like the only Leafs dressed tonight. Can we get a link in the chat as we go to commercial break? Can we get a link in the chat for ways to buy Terry Punch-Out, please? Because I do believe in this book, and I'm going to be on a show that I would love you to watch where I'm arguing on behalf of this book. And the idea of Canada Reads is the champions of the book, so it's me and 4 others, are supposed to read everyone's books. So there's 5 books. I've read mine twice. I plan on reading it a 3rd time. And I've read all the others except for one that I'm halfway through. And I think it's the longest one, or the second longest one. It's called The Cure for Drowning. It's one of the best sellers in the country right now. I've read A Minor Chorus, which is also one of the best selling books in the country right now. I think it's different this time, is on the bestsellers list. And I've read Foe. I don't know if that's on the bestsellers list, but it does have a movie adaptation on Amazon with 2 pretty famous actors. I just forget their names. And I refuse to watch it because I don't want it to mess with how I think of the books. But anyway, the idea is they tell you about what the books are like a couple months in advance, 3 months in advance, something like that, so that everyone has time to read all the books. And if you only read one, I would like you to read Searching for Terry Punch-Out. Rain, DeBrusk, a good buy low top 6 option for the Leafs. I like him as a buy low option, but like not in the top 6. He's, well, he has put up a lot of points, but like Jake DeBrusk just strikes me as Matthias Michelli with a North American name. You know what I mean? Like, you look at his numbers and you're like, huh, why is he pinged around? Huh, why has he been healthy scratched? The answer's not usually something good. Pizzetta. Oh! Dakota Joshua robbed by Binnington. Oh, Pizzetta almost had his first point as a Leaf. Joshua been a bit snake bitten tonight. Shots 10-1 for the Blues this period. Friggin' pathetic. Former Leaf scoring against the Leafs. How do we not see this coming? LFR title, Fire in the Hall. That's as good as any idea I have. Blues just missed the net. Almost made it 3-0 here. Binnington plays it away from Nylander. Parayko. Neighbors. Lindstein. Hard around. Have you seen Project Hail Mary yet? If not, are you planning on it? I haven't seen it. I would like to see it. I've heard good things. So I'm usually hard to get to watch movies and shows and stuff. But because I have to read all these books, I basically haven't been consuming anything else because I have 5 books to read and a limited amount of time to do it. Leafs, get out of the zone. What is Michelli doing? Tavares fighting on his own. He's got Nyes. Tavares, Nyes, Cowan. But here come the Blues. Dvorsky. Berggren. Dvorsky. Berggren is blocked by his own player. They keep it alive. On from the blue line into the glove of Wool. 5:27 to go in the second. We're going to get another commercial break. Steve Dangle on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. So STPN posted the link to Invisible Publishing, who sells Searching for Terry Punchout. So when it was announced that Searching for Terry Punchout was going to be in Canada Reads, they had to print a ton of new books because every year, whoever the 5 books are, they have to print more copies of the book because it explodes in popularity. Terry Punchout was late getting to stores because they loaded all the books onto 2 trucks, I think in Winnipeg, because there's a big publishing hub in Winnipeg. One truck was bound west, one truck was bound east, and they both got stuck in a snowstorm. So it was late getting to stores, and the audiobook didn't exist. When it was announced, it was the only book without an audiobook. But it has it now. I haven't listened to it yet. I listened to it on this app called 11 Reader, and that was good but not ideal. So I'm excited to listen to the actual official audiobook. Hoping Brad does a DeBrusque for Cowan panic trade. Yo, screw you too. I think you do a reading with Steve. I would watch. Buddy. I like doing audiobooks. I genuinely do. Not every author likes it. I know Ken Reed, there's a reason he only did one audiobook for all the books he's written. It's because he hated the experience. I liked it. Wow, says Connor McNasty. Terry Punchout has a 69-person hold list in the Nova Scotia library system. Nice. Holy cow. Buy it. I don't get a cut. I just believe in the book. And they are not paying for this. We just don't have an ad to read tonight, and I wanted to do a nice thing for my friend Tyler. Quillen gets it to Domi. And Joshua. Or is that Tavares? Nope, that's Joshua. Under 5 minutes to go in the second. Shots are 21-6. Leafs hold the line. Domi. Nice handles. OEL. Domi. On. Stop by Binnington. Joshua. Oh, he can't buy one. Soft one stopped by Bennington. Fowler. Fools Robertson. Oh my gosh. Fools everyone. Blues. Rimming around. Rimming around or ringing around? Ringing around. Michelli. Lawrence. Picked off. Sloppy. Here comes Snuggerud. Shot! That misses. Thomas. Lindstein. Thomas. Pass just out of his reach. Leafs get out, but not with possession, which has been their problem all season long. Benoit. Robertson. Michelli. Boy, Michelli does not look dialed tonight at all. Leafs just dump it. Holmish says, currently having a Costco poutine. Shout out Speedy V. I think it's Speedy V. Costco gravy is elite. Hell yeah, brother. It's called market research. Parayko gives it away to Nylander. And we got a penalty coming up. I think it's against the Leafs. 3:23 to go in the second period here. Steven Lorentz not happy with himself for turning the puck over to Snuggerud there. Looks like Easton Cowan going to the box. Oh, he bonked Parayko in the head with a stick. Yeah, generally you're not allowed to do that. Bonk. Blues score a power play goal here. They might as well put a bow on this game. I guess we'll see. Yarncroke on the draw. Blues win it. Dvorsky. It's at the point. Oh, one-timer. That is blocked by the stick of Carlo. Leafs get it out. And is this going to be a 2-on-1? It is not. Lawrence gets rid of it. Yarncroke applying pressure. Knocks it away from Mayu. Power play is in March is 2 for 23. That's abysmal. Everything else the Blues have done has been very good, but that has been poo. They cannot gain the line there. Buchnevich. He can't gain the zone. Dvorsky, he cuts through the Leafs. He gains the zone. Good job there. Dvorsky, down low. Blues creating traffic in front. Shot stopped by Woll. That was a good chance. Is Cowan slowly becoming a Bruin? Hey, stop taking all our good young players. No, he's not. Broberg. Thomas. Holloway to the point. Broberg. Neighbors down low. Where is it? Leafs block it and send it down 35 seconds to go in this kill. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Le deuxième période. Broberg. Drew says, can the Leafs hit 10 shots before the end of the period? I say no. Drew says they finish with 11. We'll see. Robert Thomas. Broberg. Robert Thomas. That pass is broken up, and this creates a very interesting race. Bennington out of the net to play it around for Broberg. Leafs kill off the penalty. Drew, they have 80 seconds to get 3 shots. All right. They have 70 seconds. Fowler. That passes off target, but it goes straight at Woll, and Woll covers it up. That's a pretty good result for the Blues. 63 seconds to go in the period there, Drew. Shots. They counted that as a shot. Shots officially 23-8. It's pathetic. Damn. Woll did not save that by a lot. Shots 13-4 officially this period. Drew, the only way they're going to hit 11 is if they do like some sort of correction. Blues go back into their own end to get it. Less than a minute to play in this period. On. That goes wide of the Leafs net. On. That goes high. Fowler holds the zone. That was deflected. Wool saved it. 41.8 seconds to go in the second. What's the count, Drew? Still 0? Okay. You have to hope for like a shot low and a couple bangs, but like the Leafs don't ever follow through on anything. So I don't like your chances. I guess we'll see. Tavares versus Thomas. Blues win it back. Stolen by Quillen, who's now in the wing of Tavares and Michelli. Michelli bullying Cam Fowler there. Blues come out with it, though. 25 seconds to go in the second. Parayko finds Holloway. Oh, who breaks Carlo's ankle shot. Thomas. That goes wide. I think Wool might have got a piece of it. Fowler on. Deflected. 10 seconds to go in the second. It's coming, Drew. Thomas. What a move by Holloway. Oh, Thomas. Get the shot off. The Blues don't. Wow. Yeah, dude, this is absolute fire drill. The St. Louis Blues are bullying the Toronto Maple Leafs. Somehow the score is only 2-0 because of the great play of Joseph Woll. Justin Hall puts I almost said the Leafs, the Blues up 2-0. Even he was laughing. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Drew meant the game, not the period. Drew might still be wrong. John Acosta music. Need some hopium, Steve. Can the Leafs come back and win? Asking for a friend's parlay. My sweet summer child. Holy. Did you mean Mackinac or Mackinac? Because I don't know what that means. Holy Mackinac, this team is actually cursed. Yep. Drew. Oh, Cole Caulfield got his 45th. Does he hit 50? What's wrong, Drew? Oh, you don't want him to catch McKinnon? Did you put money on McKinnon? Oh, you just want him to win a rocket? You didn't put money on it, though? I don't believe you. Drew, I believe you. What clip are we doing for second period? We talk about the Oilers and how not good the Pacific Division is, because I don't know if you know this. It's not good.
I think that's a pretty damn important matchup. And because now they've got home ice advantage. You go into that game. Now, Anaheim's got a game in hand. But let's say you win that game and you're the Oilers. Well, now they're at 86 points and you're at 83.
Mm-hmm.
Division is within reach. And I don't know if you want to.
Do you
division.
want it? Yeah.
You're going to play Utah, but who do you want to play? But I do think it could be funny after how silly this season has been for the Oilers. They could still win this division.
It's an interesting conversation because you have reeling but battle-tested Vegas. They are battle-tested.
No question.
And you have up-and-coming but not battle-tested Utah. I don't know. Like, I think you'd get a lot of different answers for what you'd rather have there.
Oh, yeah. Jesse, who would you rather have? You're Edmonton right now. Are you battling for first in the Pacific? Or are you just going, let's just play Vegas because we feel more confident?
I would definitely want to play Vegas. They have their number. Like, especially last night's game was good too, because it felt like Edmonton was always gonna score that next goal, and they ended up doing it. I thought they were gonna finish it off in regulation, and Vegas got that surprise goal to tie it and get that point. But they felt like they dominated that play. That was a good game for them.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. I just want to throw that out there.
Must be nice to just waltz into the playoffs and play the same two teams every damn time.
Well, I mean, ask the Oilers. Last 4 years, it's been the same first round opponent. This is going to be the first in a while where it hasn't been.
Hey, hold your horses.
Yeah, hey, that could still
They
happen.
win the division and the Kings sneak in. Oh, look who it is.
Man, can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's not likely, but it's possible.
It's not impossible. There are a few points out. Now,
The Oilers 3 games in a row thing, none of their 1 3-game winning streak wasn't with all regulation wins. Does that change your mind?
Oh.
Because their 1 3-game winning streak that happened like a couple weeks ago, 2 of the games they won in OT.
Oh, man.
I mean,
And then
if-
now last night they win in OT. So this 3-game win streak, if they do end up beating Anaheim, wouldn't even be 3 regulation wins in a row. They do not have 3 regulation wins in a row this season.
That's so nuts. That's so nuts.
Does that change your mind at all about the win streak? Or are we just
You know what?
everything in the NHL these days is 3 points, so who cares?
I think if you're the Oilers, it shouldn't. If you're going to split hairs over stats, which is our job, I think it should. You're talking about a 5-on-5 win versus a 3-on-3. You can't say that they're the same, especially when the NHL uses regulation wins as a tiebreaker.
No one in the Pacific, maybe save for the Ducks, is in a position to be picky. You want to win games a certain way. The Oilers still need points. They're
And
not in.
And it's part of the rules.
Yeah.
But I think if you're the Oilers or if you're an Oiler fan, you don't care.
No.
But I think if you're going to be nitpicky about stats, again, like I said, we got podcasts to talk here. I definitely think there's a difference between 3 regulation wins and a couple
I
overtime.
think there is.
Yeah. How much of a difference, Jesse? How much difference does that make for you? Because you're the one who's like, you know what? 4 goals, that's not a hat trick.
I do think about it when I'm thinking about Anaheim in the playoffs because of how much they have stacked wins after regulation time. And that doesn't happen in the playoffs. You just keep playing 5-on-5. So it's not a matter of Anaheim, they suck. It's just you got to look at them a little differently because they have gotten a lot extra points because they are good at 3-on-3 and at the shootout.
On the other end of the spectrum, Vegas cannot lose in 3-on-3 overtime or the shootout when there is none. So that might add a little bit to their stock come playoff time.
That's true.
They have lost a lot.
So let me just run. This is fun. Who leads the league in regulation wins? Give me the top 3 teams.
I mean, it's got to be Colorado, Dallas, Tampa.
Okay, Jesse, give me yours.
My guess would be Buffalo, Tampa, and Carolina.
In that order?
No.
All 3.
Okay, who's the order for you?
Buffalo. I'll throw in Buffalo, Colorado, Carolina.
Buffalo, Colorado.
You got to have Colorado.
So it is Colorado.
Okay.
42 regulation wins, which is incredible.
That's a lot.
37 for Buffalo. 35 for Tampa. So
Did I get all 3? No, I said Carolina.
Carolina's in 6th. They actually have the same amount of regulation wins as Ottawa, but Ottawa has the tiebreak for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's interesting because everybody was talking about how the Atlantic Division isn't as dominant anymore, and this is what I was talking about harvesting points. I think the Atlantic Division is still the toughest division in the league. By far, no questions asked. You got 2 of the top 3 in regulation wins right there, okay? Dallas Stars are 4, Senators, Hurricanes 5, and interestingly, where do the division-leading Anaheim Ducks sit in regulation wins relative to the rest of the league? A number out of 32, give it to me.
13.
13. That's low. That's low.
Oh my gosh, it's way lower than that. It's 22nd.
It's exactly 22nd.
Yo, what?
What? Yeah, and you know who's lower than them? Actually, it's funny. They've got the same amount. Vegas. So Anaheim's at 22nd.
Where are the Leafs?
Vegas is at 24. Toronto just behind them at 25. And by the way, Anaheim, Winnipeg, Vegas, 24 regulation wins each. So that's 22, 23, 24, and then Toronto with 23, Calgary with 23, Philly with 22. And Philly's somewhat in the playoff race. Somewhat.
They're the Eastern Jets.
Yeah. They're
we're-
not out of it, but they're not really in it.
We're still here.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
They've had every opportunity to get a win and to get back into it, and every time they have that shot, they lose.
Every time.
It's a shame. The Ducks thing, I brought. What did I bring it up? Monday or Friday show. It's not to take away from what they're doing this season because it's so impressive that they could win the division, but it is a paper tiger-ish that you've stockpiled so many wins after 60 minutes.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
But
that's for all 3, right?
Yeah.
Anaheim, Vegas,
Well, this is the thing. Like,
Edmonton.
we've spent the better part of the past week being like, I don't know if this team's good. I don't know if this team's good. I don't know if this team's good. At least 2 of them are going to end up in the second round because
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone's got to win.
Now, who is currently a point out of the playoffs and second last in regulation wins?
1 point out of the playoffs.
The only team they are ahead of is the Vancouver Canucks in regulation wins.
That is psychotic. I'm going to go.
Oh, the Kings.
The LA Kings.
Ooh.
Vancouver's got 14. LA and New York have 19 regulation wins.
They have fewer than 20 regular.
They have fewer than 20 and they're in the playoffs. So when we talk about 3-game winning streaks that are partially in overtime, I think Jesse's got a point.
I don't know. The West sucks. I think it's the whole point.
The most oilery thing, we talk about leafy things. The most oilery thing is they go the entire season without winning 3 straight, and they do it first 3 games of the playoffs.
Yeah.
They sweep. Yeah.
Sweep whoever.
Sweep whoever they end up playing.
The Ducks, by the way, did it last night. They beat the Flames in overtime.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Again.
Not a regulation win.
Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially.
So the jacket that I wore in the clip that you just saw, before the show began, Adam Wilde was like, "Oh my God, like, are you going to wear that on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a nice jacket." He's like, "No, it's nice, but like, you're going to be so hot in that." It's like the most comfortable I've been. Adam loves a cold as hell building. He really does. Because he is a hot, sweaty boy. I am not a hot, sweaty boy. I'm cold. Okay, so Drew pointing out you get pretty sweaty in the summer, which is true, but that's the summer. In the winter, we've come upstairs and been like, is the window open? And sometimes it is. Other times it's like, oh, Adam turned the air conditioning on. In Toronto, in winter. Psychopath. Garrett Hamilton says 4-0 Habs. Second line is 3 goals. Lane Hudson jumped in to defend Fowler, as in the goalie Fowler. Jacob. Skipper Bath had to leave for the second, and I returned unsurprised. You should be surprised. Surprised that it's only 2-0. Bobby has another goal, Steve. Unsustainable, you say. What, a second goal tonight? Nah, son. No, they lost 3-2 in the shootout. They blew a 2-0 lead. Why are you talking ish? Paige Thompson with the shootout winner. Goals from Darlene and Krebs. Boy, if that doesn't show you the offensive talent gap between the Buffalo Sabres and the Kraken, I don't know what does. It was 2 shooters each. The Sabres scored on both their attempts. It was Tage Thompson and Jack Quinn. The Kraken shooters were Freddie Gaudreau and Capo Caco. Okay. So Nashville lost, or is losing. And Seattle lost. So the Blues will be 4 points back if they win with a game in hand. Uh-oh, Raggy. So, okay. Blues have 71 points. They will leapfrog the Jets. They will tie the Sharks, but have more regulation wins. They'll be 2 points back of the Kraken, 3 points back of the Kings, 4 points back of the Preds. They won't have a game in hand because they'll be at 72. Oh, the Predators are playing. Oh, yeah, you're right. And they're losing 4-0, so unlikely they come back. Yo. Drew, how excited are you for the cannon fodder waiting for you in the first round? Like, okay, so here, let's keep track. Preds, Kings, Kraken, Sharks, Jets, Blues. Let's see where they are in the league. So Preds are the highest team. They're 20th. Kings are 22nd, Kraken 23rd, Sharks 25th, Jets 27th, 28th are the Blues. And there's like a 90% chance the Avs play one of them. You are going to pound them into dust. The Jets give the Avs issues? Well, you are playing the Jets and losing to them right now, right? Or last I checked, it was 2-1. Oh, it's tied now? There you go. 2-2. Is that because of Hellebuck? I know Hellebuck gives McKinnon issues. Damn it. Oh, empty nets give him issues. That's true. That is true. Hellebuck didn't do anything. You're right. You're right. You're right. It's a great point. That's good. That's nice. 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 F word. F swear. Friggin' frackin'. Flyers are beating the Red Wings. That would be huge on the out-of-town scoreboard. Actually, it would bring the Red Wings to within 2 points of Detroit with a game in hand. And it would bring them to within 3 points of a playoff spot. Problem is, the team you are trying to knock off is the Blue Jackets. Or Penguins, who are even further up. It's going to be extremely difficult for the Flyers to make it. Like, they could win every game remaining and still not make it. But will either wildcard team knock off the division winner in the East? Well, okay, so Columbus would play, I believe it would be Buffalo, because Buffalo is tied with Carolina. Oh, but Carolina's going to pass them because they have 2 games in hand. So, well, yeah, not necessarily, but like, just going by odds, Columbus, Carolina, I think is extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. And it's the Carolina just doesn't do anything easy. And then Buffalo versus Columbus is extremely interesting. Buffalo versus Boston, I think, is very interesting. Oh, yeah. If I go by points percentage, so you would get Tampa. Okay, oh my God. Okay, so let's do standings just by points percentage. So it would be Carolina versus Detroit. I think Carolina wins that. Tampa versus who would be the second? Tampa versus Boston is a great series, but I think Tampa wins. And in the West, it would be Colorado versus right now Nashville. That's a snuff film. And Utah Anaheim is the only one that gives me pause. Utah has also been kind of crap. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10, lost 2 straight. Ducks 6-3-1. I think Edmonton is going to pass Anaheim. Let's see. They're 3 points back, and the Ducks have a game in hand. They could definitely do it. Who like? Oh boy, you got to choose between playing Vegas in the first round or Utah. Like Vegas has been brutal, but like I'd still rather played. Yeah, the experience matters. Remember, it's a different sport. It's playoff hockey now, right? And they have more experience in playoff hockey. I think I'd rather play Lots registered as 25-8 for the Blues. Score somehow only 2-0. Yeah. So Drew said if the Blues win today, the Leafs and Blues will have identical records, 31-30. And the Blues will be 4 points back in the playoffs, and the Leafs are the Leafs. Yep. Welcome to SDP VIP, Earl Puffington. Riley has it behind his own net. Alex9269. So the Leafs played super well, aka tolerably, for Adam streams, but they are playing like this tonight. Are they a little against you, Steve? Dude, they might be, because last week was the Sens game. Friggin' awful stuff, man. How many shots did they have in that game? I think 14. So that's the goal. You know what? Here, let me check. That's a great question, Drew. Now, will the Blues pass what the Ducks had? The Ducks. Will the Blues pass what the Sens had? 44-14 were the shots. All right, so I don't think the Blues are catching that. But the Leafs need 6 shots, and they only have 8. Odds not looking good. Leafs hemmed in their own end like they've been pretty much constantly. Even my cousins are texting me about Justin Hall scoring. Shout out to the twins, Nick and Chris, and happy belated birthday. Atlantic always has terrorizers. First those Boston teams, Tampa, then Florida, now Tampa this year. Helps explain why the Leafs never went deep. Yeah, but you got to beat those teams. So Florida couldn't get over the hump. They had a good team, could never get over the hump. And they decided, what if we just start killing everyone? And it worked. Dvorsky is stopped by Wool. No rebound. Leafs have done an okay job at preventing rebounds tonight, but there's not much going on. Leafs now at 9 shots. Hand it back to Fowler. Fowler on. Stopped by Wool and held on to. A little bit of rough stuff in front of the net. No. Blues tripling up the Leafs in shots, 27-9. So Drew says 16 shots for the Leafs. I'm going to say 14. And whoever's closer owes the other a beer when I can drink beer again. Although maybe I'm just giving it to you and it doesn't matter. Hayden Mathewson, producer Hayden. Trivia, last non-Matthews Leaf hat trick. Drew said it's going to be something dumb like Holmberg. Willie, I don't think had one in Sweden, but he did have an OT winner. McMahon? Was it McMahon against the Blues? That was kind of a long time ago. Yarncroak almost gives it away in front of his own net. I'll stick with McMahon. I think it might be Tavares. Oh, giveaway. Cowan almost had a break. Just had it swatted away with ease. Pennington almost got scored on. If you're a goaltender, 10 the goal. Hey. Oh, it was Matthew Nyes at Tampa Bay. Of course it was Matthew Nyes at Tampa Bay. That dude loves scoring there. Such a great phenomenon. Can I name the last Leaf to score 4 goals in a game? It wasn't Matthews. No. I think it was Tavares. Didn't Tavares have 4 against the Blackhawks? Oh, he did. Oh, against Florida. Hall. Whoa! Deflection stopped by Wool. And holy cow. One of the Blues got wrecked. It was Hall got wrecked behind the play. And we got a brouhaha happening in front of the Leafs net. It was Benoit drilling Justin Hall. I don't think they were ever part of the Leafs org together. Oh, it was a hopper in front of. Wow, that might be the Leafs' best scoring chance all night. Skipper Bath, what would you make the Leafs slogan next season? Couldn't be worse than last time. Did we ever get to who the last Leaf 4 goal scorer was? Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner. At Detroit in the 10-7 game. That game was so stupid. I think I was at Montana's that night. And I think that was the night. Was that the night Don Cherry? Ron McLean mentioned me to Don Cherry, and Don Cherry goes, "Who?" The only reason I know that or think that is because all I know is when that happened, I was in Montana's. Is Grew in the starting lineup in October? I think so, yeah. Oh, they're trying to decide if it's a penalty if the Leafs put it over the glass, and a fan is banging on the glass with the puck saying, "Hey, it's over." And yeah, Robertson definitely put it over the glass. Yeah, that's a penalty. Ref saying no? I streamed the 10-7 game? Oh, well then I guess I'm wrong. Are you sure? Really? I guess I wasn't in Montana's. All right, the Leafs don't get a penalty for some reason. Shots are 29-10 for the Blues. Blues need another shot to stay at their consistent triple the Leafs shot total that they've had basically all night. Dakota Joshua puts it deep. Oh, big hit by Yarncroke. Leafs keep it alive. They shoot and they score. Leafs pulled it within 1. Jake McCabe can't be stopped. A little over 5 minutes into the third, he puts it on. He puts it in. The Leafs cut the lead in half despite getting outshot by 18. Attaboy, Hall. There's that D that we know and love. Joshua does a good job getting into McCabe. That's a great shot. I think Quillen screened Binnington because boy did he look confused. The Leafs pulled within 1 because hockey is so funny. Drew confirms that I streamed the Detroit game. All right. I don't remember that at all for some reason. And you would think I would. Because Marner, I want to say, didn't like Bunting have a ridiculous assist on the 10th? Quillen got an assist. That's Quillen's first career point. Hey! 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 William Nylander, puck out of his reach. Stetcher. Robertson. Didn't I do the playoffs? Cowan fighting for it. Pinned to the boards by Lindstein. Benoit gets it to Robertson. Leafs with a bit of a jolt here. John Acosta's here telling me there's a chance. Leafs about to get a power play here. Lindstein going to the box. Oh, baby. Jared, I remember you screaming like a banshee after Detroit made it 8-7. Yeah, because the Leafs were up huge, right? Yo, what? This is insane. I just opened my Instagram. Look what just popped up. It's an ad for Montana's London. That's creepy as hell. I've never gotten an ad for that. Ever. That's creepy as hell. Habs leading 4-0, says Francois Labelle. Caulfield scored his 45th. Think he'll hit 50 this season? I do. Will that change your and Adam's anti-Hab views? Never. James, these effers are going to tie it, aren't they? Yeah. Woo! Commercial for the Mario movie. Wah! Here we go. Steve Dangle on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Someone did end up grabbing the puck for Jacob Quillen. Let's go. Leafs about to go to the power play with a chance to tie it up. Tying it up on the power play would be especially funny given they had maybe their worst power play of the Matthews era earlier tonight with a double minor where they had no shots. Robert Thomas. Here come the Blues. Robert Thomas can't get it cross ice. Uh-oh! Wide open shot! They score! Shorthanded! No way! These guys are incredible at being ass. Pius Suter gets lost behind 3 Leafs. Robert Thomas sticks with it, gets it to Suter, and the 2-goal lead is restored. And brother, if the Leafs weren't deflated before, they certainly are now. That took 18 seconds. What's that, Drew? They now have more shots and goals than the Leafs do on their power play. Okay. 13-14 to go in the third. The shots might be 44-13. Yeah. Or 14, which is what it was literally exactly last Saturday. Shots are currently 30-11. Yo, they freaking suck. Oh my god, dude. That was a great play by Robert Thomas. Michelli. Hooked. Nope. Yep. Pareko fighting for it. Domi. Robertson. And that is deflected out of play. 101 to go on the power play. 12:33 to go in the third. My friend, who is a Habs fan, just texted me, honestly, how serious can you be as a playoff contender if your backup is James Reimer? Referring to the Ottawa Senators. And my follow-up question would be, how serious can you be as a playoff contender when your starting goalie who makes $8 million needs a rest before you have a 2-day break? Oh, Michelli rings one off the bar. Domi. Can't find Robertson. Blues get rid of it. 30 seconds to go in this power play. Cowan. Cross ice to Willie. Nice. Back to the point. It's Riley and McCabe out there. Well, the penalty is almost over. Nylander. Cowan. And that's out. Oh, Blues might get sprung out of the box here. Nope, doesn't work. 0 shots on that power play again, and they gave up a shorthanded goal. Something tells me. No, I was about to say Steve Sullivan might not be the answer. I think we can put this on the players. There's a lot you can put on management and coaching. Let's put it on the players. And the fact that like there just aren't enough good ones. Yeah, Drew is right. Any 5 NHL players should get a shot on the power play. Here come the Blues. Oh boy, they're pouring it on now. Dylan Holloway with a snipe jumps right into the face of a young fan, and with 10:50 to go in the third, it's over, baby. Blues go up 4-1. And never say never, but the Leafs, with this roster at this point in the season, they ain't coming back from this one, friend. That's a great shot by Holloway. Great pass by Kyrou. Leafs running around. 3-on-4, somehow wide open in the slot. Great point from Drew. Puck goes out of play. 17th of the season for Holloway, who I believe missed time this year. Dylan Holloway. Yeah, he's only played 48 games. That was his 17th goal, 35th point, I believe. It's a pretty good little clip. Yeah, Blues missed him. Blues missed him big time. Shots officially 31-12. Keeping an eye. I almost just said centered it. The Leafs are in their own end. Robert Thomas centers it. Stop by Wall. Two more Saturdays. Under half a period to go. Pareko. If the Montreal Canadiens make the playoffs, which they're looking pretty good right now, I will be streaming the Montreal Canadiens series on the SDPN YouTube channel. They got to make it first. Drew says you're going to get a Habs jersey for the streams. It's not off the table. Now, I might have to edit. I'm not doing the leaf wall. It's a pain in the ass. But I might fix one of the walls to just have a bunch of Habs stuff. Because, like, I'm just looking around my room. I have a really disproportionate amount of Habs stuff just because they've made so many Habs McFarlane figures and Imports Dragon figures, and I've met so many of them. There's a Brian Giunta, Max Pacioretty, Shea Weber, Guy Lafleur, PK Subban, Nick Suzuki, Brendan Gallagher, and Ivan Cornwallier. How many was that? 8? Plus, I have a Saku Koivu figure, just like a fun bobblehead. Here. Two 2002-2003 NHL edition. I could use the Canada wall because they are Le Canadien. Although, is that wall haunted? Oh, that might make sense, man. Yeah. I'm not making the Bleu Blanc et Rouge wall. Because that's depressing and also a pain in the ass. Are there any other Habs I have met? Like current. Never met Carey Price somehow. All the media events I've done, I've never met Carey Price. I don't know how I pulled that off. Never met Caulfield, never met Hudson. So we interviewed draft prospects when Slafkovsky was picked number 1, and we didn't get him. We didn't get him. We got Shane Wright. We got Logan Cooley. Yeah, we didn't get him. No Josh Anderson. No Dano. I got a Montembeau McDonald's stick. Yeah. On Stop by Wool. You think the Leafs are going to get to 16? I don't know. Nuh-uh. Oh, Quillen. Yo. They're terrible, dude. Blues on. Yarncroak just fired the puck into the corner just to save it from danger. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Steve, I must say your French is pretty good. I don't know. I don't know about that. May never have kids just to not pass on the Leaf fandom. Your phone is always listening. Too much gray. Francois Labelle sent 5 SDPN memberships. Gracias. See, my French is great. The 10-7 game caused you to scream "My Kingdom" for a save, and he doesn't have his hat on after they scored seconds after a goalie change. Did I say that? That's a good line. Blues are just caving the Leafs in. Oh, Nylander might have a breakaway. He does. He can't score. And the Leafs can't even get a shot of the rebound. And now it's going to be a breakaway the other way for Kyrou. He does have McCabe on him. He can't deke past him. I don't think the Leafs got a shot off there. Skipper Bath, I'm optimistic. The Leafs will get a top 5 pick. Carl, I don't know if you care or no, but the Panthers lost to my Isles today, so I feel great. Oh, I care and I know. You know what's gonna be real chill? When the Panthers win the draft lottery. Skipper Bath, I'll buy a Hall jersey if the Leafs come back. Stop doing this to yourself. Also, I think you're safe. That shot is stopped by Wool and out of play. Earl Puffington, as a Blues fan, I'm just confused. Why do these post-break heaters where we ruin our draft positioning and the question of the playoffs are always there? Dude, they might make it. Canada Matt, how many more games until you can eat Doritos? Well into the playoffs. I haven't even gotten a scope yet. This ulcer is so depressing, dude. Alex, can you explain why the Jack Astor's by Union has the best chicken tenders in the GTA? Yo, honestly, facts. Drew says false. Oh, who is better? Wendy's. Jack Astor sucks for chicken. That might be the least valid food take I've ever heard you say. This guy has cereal with mustard. Like, oh my god. Honey Nut Cheerios and mustard. Drew's like, mm-mm. That's actually insane. That's crazy. Anyway, Alex, I agree with you. Yo, Jack Astor's chicken fingers, little beer and cheddar soup. I'm drooling right now. I'm drooling right now. I miss delicious food. I did have a chicken shawarma yesterday, just no tomatoes. That was okay. That was good. That was good. Wendy's chicken tenders are next level. Oh, it's nothing against Wendy's, but like, how dare you? Magic Mudkips. I'm going to a PWHL game tomorrow. Should be fun. Hey, which one? Happy Saturday, Steve. Thanks again for McManimal. You're welcome. Win a game. McMahon, yo, how bad would the Kraken be without this guy? What's going on? Not even trying to chirp you. Like, what are you doing? Was it shawarma? It was shawarma. It was delicious. Now I got to go to Wendy's and get chicken tenders, except I can't because I can't have fried food. I'm so angry. Binnington out of his net to play it. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Shots 35-13. Drew, it is perilously close. Yeah, I think you might win with the 16, but like it's going to be ridiculously close to what was last week? You have 14 for the Leafs and 44 for the Sens. So the Blues need 9. That is kind of a lot. Is this a power play for the Blues? Oh, it's just a high stick. I was about to say, here we go. Load them up. We're going to get our final TV timeout of the game. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Francois Lebel, hot take, great snack, carrot sticks with peanut butter. Hey, yo. Celery with peanut butter, I've heard. Carrots? Yeah. Yeah, that's not crazy. Peanut butter with pretty much anything. How dare you guys talk about food? I'm actually so sad. So depressed. My first pool beer this summer, I think I'm going to cry. I think I might actually cry. On the last Fat Guy Corner we did on STP VIP, like I wasn't kidding. I was tearing up talking about that food. There's a Firehouse Subs commercial on TV right now, and I feel I'm slobbering like a dog. I was gonna have a little bit of barbecue sauce on something today, and I looked at the ingredients, and I didn't realize that it's made with tomato paste. I can't eat shit. I said that, and my stomach started to hurt. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Victory is never yours. Leafs Belfour jersey guy here. If you remember from one of your book signings, remember, Steve, just relax and chill. It's all part of the plan. Drew, remind me about Ed Belfour before the end of the stream. After the game is over, I have to run upstairs and get something. This is important. They're blowing the whistle. 4:11 to go in the third period. Or should I just run upstairs? No. Check your phone for any new food ads. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. No, still Red Dead and wrestling. Binnington out of his net to play it. McCabe puts it wide. Lorentz can't tip it on net. That would have been a shot. Is that a shot? Under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Drew, it's going to be crazy close. Hey, Steve, does SDPN have any plans covering the World Cup and or Team Canada when it comes around? Like World Cup in 2 years? Yeah, absolutely. World Championship this spring? No, we're going to be on the playoffs. Shots 35-13. Under 3.5 to go in the third. Cowan out there with Quillen. Turnover. Here come the Blues. Quillen with it in his own end. 3:10 to go. So if the Leafs had won this game, I would say, you know what? Forget the tank. It's over. Just try to win as many games as you can. Losing to the Blues and the way that they're losing, who cares? Wool with a save. That'll make the shots 36-13. 2:45 to go in the third. The turning point of the Leaf season was sending down Bo Grew. And it's crazy because Monday is Leafs Ducks. Which I'm starting to think might not be much of anything. And it's going to be a penalty against the Leafs with 2:32 to go in the third. I think it's Michelli. Drew. Brother. We're right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're boned. You're screwed. This game is 50 Shades of Poo, says Poo Poo PP 69. My mother has been going through it similarly since she has developed a tomato allergy late in life. It sucks how much it takes off the table, dude. It takes off a crazy amount of stuff. It's so annoying. Blues with the puck. Down low. Leafs clear it. 2:12 to go in the third. Shots 36-13. This is actually crazy. Broberg can't hold the zone. Hey, Steve, did you ever find a place in the Blue Room / office for the 74-75 Leaf schedule? Hope to see y'all at another live event. Yes. It is where my computer usually is. Blues make it 5-1. Broberg with the snipe. 1:36 to go in the third. Shots 37-13. Hey, if you want to look at it this way, the Leafs are involved in a game with 50 shots. Drew says my last two streams, the shots are 81-27 against the Leafs. Please remember that for the end of the game because we're going to have to update it. What was it? 44-14? Madre de Dios. Francois Labelle. So Vegas opting for the core 4 strategy. Should we call them the Gold Leafs now? I hope they lose in 3. Can I just be honest? I think most people, if they're honest with themselves, also hope that. What non-Golden Knights fan is cheering for the Golden Knights for any reason? Like, answer that honestly, right? You know what I mean? If I was a Golden Knights fan, I'd love them too. But if you're not, why? Despite the Leafs is the answer. Dakota Joshua. Under a minute to go. Shot still 37-13. Oh boy. Joshua. This is exciting. Joshua. Blues 2-on-1. Here they come. There they go. Stop by Wool. It's behind the Leafs net. 35 seconds ago. The Leafs might not even hit 14, Drew. Under 30 seconds. 38-13. Here we go. Pizzetta dumps it. Leaves fourth line out there. Quillen. In front. Oh, no one gets the puck. They're not even going to hit 14. Under 10 seconds to go. Go up the friggin' ice. Pass it. Shoot it, Morgan. Shoot it. I was closer, but oh my God, they somehow did worse. 82-27. The Leafs have been outshot over their last 2 Saturday games that I have streamed. And somehow, if I'm not mistaken, those are their last 2 losses. And outscored 10-3. Or did they lose last game? What even was last game? Oh, it was the back-to-back. Yeah, they won. So they got their ass kicked on Saturday, 1-2, ruining everything, and then waited for me to show up again for a stream and got their asses kicked again. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Berube should have mercy pulled Wool after goal 3. No, because Stolarz has to play the game against the Ducks. He does. Hockey Night in Canada put too much pressure on the poor Leafs. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Don't know how they possibly make the playoffs next year after this. They aren't just sort of bad anymore. It feels like they need a roster overhaul. No, they're just literally not trying, dude. This happens to teams. You know how teams go on a March heater? Some teams go on a March sheeter. And that's what the Leafs are doing. Leafs with the overwhelming offense in the third. 13 shots, Sundin's number. You're absolutely right. Forget the Leafs. Steve, your Jays jacket on the pod. Was it a gift? Well, yes, it was from Fanatics. It's fire. Really want it, but it's so expensive at the Jays store. I wouldn't know. Ed Belfour, thank you for the reminder. I have to run upstairs and I will be right back. Drew, don't end the stream. Okay? Okay. All right. I promised you Ed Belfour content, and that is what you will get. Just catching up. Flyers now up 2-0. Sorry, Sad Clown, for whatever these Saturdays are for you. Petition for you to send Sad Clown Curse over to Drew and the Avs. Drew has to edit my LFRs, which seems like punishment enough. All right. Can't believe John Cena just took over the stream. It's crazy. All right. Ed Belfour story. My friend Kave came over to my house the other day, and he gave me a gift. It's this. And you look at this, and you say, what the hell is that? Well, it's a wallet. It's a leather wallet. But you might notice it's from a company called Second String Leather Company. This is free advertising. I don't care. Please send me stuff, please. Especially if you ever get something that I will reveal in a second. What makes this interesting? Why does this wallet have a U in the middle of it? This wallet is made out of the leather from an Ed Belfour pad. An actual game-worn, I believe, Ed Belfour pad from when he was with the Dallas Stars. Because that is what Second String Leather Company does. My friend Kave has a wallet that is one of Cujo's old pieces of equipment. They make wallets, phone cases, dog collars, other stuff. I was looking at their website today. I want a Felix Potvin wallet so damn bad. But anyway, yes. Ed Belfour. I thought that was cool, and I wanted to show you. I just thought, what were the odds that Ed Belfour would come up, and then I would have a chance to tell my little story. Oh, Robert posting the site in the chat. There you go. Send us free stuff. Smell it again. Don't have to ask me twice. I also love Felix Potvin so much. A Cujo dog collar would be cool as hell. You are not wrong. Drew, what do you think? Here, let's have this conversation out loud. What do I do for the LFR? Like what? Like you talk about the last two Saturdays as one picture. See, it's funny though, because you also have those two wins in the middle that sort of screwed everything up a little bit. But this is also like they can't just I know they beat the Rangers. Yeah, they beat Boston though, and like outplayed them. Straight up outplayed them. It was crazy. But what I would say is the Leafs don't care. Like they're bad and they're poorly coached, but and have injuries and everything, but they don't care. And I'm supposed to believe that on Tuesday night they're going to walk into Anaheim ready to wreak havoc. You know what I mean? Like this game is the precursor to what is now the most important game for the rest of your season. Like Brady Tkachuk punked you guys on his podcast talking about you don't stick up for yourselves. And then you got your asses kicked by his team and didn't stick up for yourselves. Which, by the way, Brady Tkachuk, oh, well, if someone did that to one of my guys, and then someone did. JT Miller cross-checks Thomas Chabot hard enough that he put him out of the lineup for 6 to 8 weeks. And what did you do? Nothing. That's just what we need. Another guy with a microphone, eh? Anyway, that's a little side quest there. Tuesday night, Leafs play the Ducks. And he did get slapped by Gord. He did fight Anders Lee the next night. And what did that have to do with anything? He probably fought him because he felt stupid. Leafs are about to play the Ducks. Doesn't look like Radko Gudas is going to play. So what happens? What do you just... You're going to California. You're like, well, Radko's not there, so let's just get beat up. Quillen, first career point. You know? Thank you to the mods. Thank you to producer Drew. And thank you to the Blues for giving the Leafs direction with this lopsided butt kicking. My friends, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like. Please click like if you like this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Saturday. The Leafs are bad on that night.